Okay, so today we are going to actually start our first project in our rainforest unit, and we're going to be drawing a chameleon like this, and we're just going to focus on the drawing with pencil and then the Sharpie outlining today, and then we'll move on next week. So every table is going to get a couple of these sheets with the steps on how to draw this, and then you're going to get your final copy paper. So the first thing I always do is I'm going to write Mrs. K and a K because we're in kindergarten. Then I'm going to turn that paper over. Then I'm going to look at step 1, which is drawing a large, like capital letter, like a D on the side, right side of the paper. So I want you to notice it's pretty big. So I'm going to draw it on the right side. So here's the left, here's the right. So I'm going to start off with the D shape right here. And look at it, it's like longer than my finger, as long as my finger. And then across here. Okay, so I've got my D shape. And mine kind of went down here, so I can fix that right now or leave it. It doesn't really matter. Okay, we can always do some erasing at the end. Then in step 2, it says draw a straight line from the bottom of the D, so that's the bottom of the D, over for the belly, so that's the belly, and then add the curve to the back. So we're going to start at the bottom of the D. We're going to go over. So if I look at it, my D is about this wide. So I'm going to make it at least twice as wide. So that's 1, 2. So I'm good. And then I can take this back up here, big bump up, and then back down here. Okay? And it's okay if yours is wider, shorter than mine. It all is going to work. As long as you leave some space here where we can have its tail, then we're good to go. So I may have to make that a little bit smaller just so I have plenty of room. So you can see, even when I do this, I kind of adjust and I fix it as I go. Okay? Now we're ready for 3. It says add an eye and a smiling mouth. So we're going to add an eye here. I'm drawing it pretty large. It's bigger than my thumb. Then I'm going to add another little circle in here. Another circle there for the little highlight, and then a smile. We want a friendly chameleon, okay? And then at step 4, it says draw a long curled tail that tapers. That means it gets smaller and smaller down to the end. Add a longer curved back leg and shorter front leg. So this is quite a bit in step 4. So we're going to start with this tail. So we're going to start right back here at the back. We're going to kind of go down, over, and curve it up. So it's almost like a letter 6, okay? Then we're going to do the same thing down here, and we're going to taper it, which means it's getting smaller, 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 and actually I can go even smaller right there, okay? Then we're going to add the legs. So I'm going to draw a curved line in here, kind of like a half circle, and go down just a little bit past here. And then we're going to draw another curved line here. And this one we're going to go a lot farther past because that's going to be the bottom of the foot. Then we're going to extend that out just past this a little bit. And then this one. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3 bumps. I made mine a little long. Then we're going to have another little foot here. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to stop kind of at the same place here and go out, and then have a little line here, just about as short as that one, and go out and go bump, 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 and I've got another little leg there. Okay, so my chameleon would be done. Then we're going to add the horizontal lines for this branch. Okay, so you want to make sure it's behind the chameleon and below the feet. So I'm going to have a line that starts right back here, stop it at my chameleon, lifting up my pencil, and then going out this way. Then I'm going to have another line down here, as long as it's below the feet, across, lift up my pencil, across, lift up my pencil, across, all the way over here. Okay, and then you can add the really cool lines and curves that you would see in a piece of bark and wood, just to make it look interesting. Okay, So then our chameleon would be mainly drawn. And then if you get to the Sharpie today, we're gonna basically trace, which means we're gonna go over all of our lines. And the great thing about this is I always go really slow, because sometimes when I'm doing this, I kind of change my line, and I'll make sure it's a little smoother or nicer this time. So this is my final copy, so I want to make sure it looks my best. And then right here, because that foot's in front, so I'm going to draw a little line there and then there. So I skipped these areas, and what I could have done before this, I could have erased this so I didn't forget about it, okay? Which is easy to do. If you forget to do that and the line's going through it, it's still gonna look really, really nice, okay? So I'm just tracing everything, including our branch, the eye, all of that with the Sharpie. And I'm just going nice and slow. I'm not in a rush to be the first one finished. And then if you get as far as this today, then you can just stop or see me, and I'll let you start on the next part. And always make sure you put this cap on nice and tight when you're finished with it.